Hey guys, it's Savannah and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm putting away my clean laundry in the only dresser in the house, which is in my baby's room. He doesn't sleep in that crib. He's asleep right now in my bed. And I thought I'd tell you a story about work. I am a waitress. I'm not going to tell you where I work, but you can probably figure it out if you listen to the story hard enough. I don't think it's going to be very hard to figure out. If you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the lighting's gonna be probably garbage, and I am not going to consistently look at the camera, so I don't know. That's all I can tell you. So, Friday. It was pretty stinking busy. I picked up a shift. I am not on the schedule except for weekends because I want Chris, my boyfriend, to be the main provider. And we are not doing daycare for our baby, so if that helps explain it, that helps explain it. Yeah. So anyways, I picked up a shift and I went in. I was supposed to clock in at 4:30. You're allowed to clock in 5 minutes before. I got my section. I was on the early side, meaning I would be one of the first people cut after the doubles. That's the best side because the server station is bigger and you get cut first. And it's only crappy because usually you have parties and also you get cut first. So if you're making money, you're not no more because you're out. You're leaving. Bye. You know? Okay. So, anyway. Oh, are those his? Okay. Sorry. I'm giving my boyfriend back his pants that I stole. So anyway. The first table I sit down, because you physically take your table back. Wow, I just showed you all my granny panties. Perfect. You take your first... Make sure my baby didn't wake up. You take your first table back and you seat them. Anyway, that took way too long to say that one part. So anyway, I set them down. They're like, we're having joiners. They're coming at 5. I was like, okay, perfect. Can I get you something to drink? They're looking at the alcohol. They decide on water. No problem. I don't care. I'm not trying to push alcohol. As long as you tip 20%, I will be happy. Not everyone does. Everyone should. Because we don't make garbage, okay? We don't make anything, okay? So anyway, their joiners start to come. First one comes just before 5. I get her drink. I bring bread. They're munching. They're talking. Final joiner comes just after 5, maybe 5:15 at the latest, but honestly, it was way sooner than that. And then, sorry, this basket is deep and I'm short. And then, she gets a drink. They look at the menu. I come back. They still need more time. No problem. I give them more time. I will give you all the time you need. I have other tables. We're only allowed to have 3 unless we really want more, but we only get 3 usually. It does get super busy and you get very overwhelmed with only just the 3. So I'm not complaining about only having 3 tables. In fact, I think 3 tables is a lot when we're busy. All right, whose shirts are these? Why didn't I sort them? So anyway, eventually they decide on food. Fabulous. Put that order in for them. No problem. I can get that in for ya. After they receive their food, One gets dessert to go. They paid with $100 bill. Well, they split, and then one paid with $100 bill. I had to give her over $50 back. That's one of the things I dislike about serving, I guess, technically, because to give you all that change back is annoying. I don't carry that much on me, and I have to go wait to break $100 bill in line at the to-go stand for someone with a key to the drawer, which whoever's up there almost never has a key. So it's very annoying, but it's fine. No problem. They are chilling. I'm like, can I grab you anything else? They're like, no. I'm like, cool. I get super busy at my other tables. I got a 6-top. I got a 2-top, honestly, but I'm in the section where it's like a table here, and a table all the way over here. They're all the way over here. This table is the 6-top. This table's the 2-top. I hate that section. I hate that section. It is the most apart section ever. It makes no sense to me. Besides one more that has a table at the bar, but like, it's so confusing. It's so annoying. Anyway, no problemo. I deal with my other tables. I realize after a minute, they're still here. It's been an hour and a half. At least. I go up to them, well, about a half hour after they cash out. I go to the table, I'm like, I'm so sorry I haven't been back. Can I get us anything? A drink or anything? They're like, no, we're good. I'm like, okay, no problem. The manager, or acting manager, I guess, technically, comes up to me and my section partner and says, hey, when they get up, which should be soon, we are going to see you a party. They never end up seating a party because my table doesn't get up. The girl in my section who has the 2 tables next to them, who's waiting for this party, she doesn't get sat for a whole nother hour because we're waiting for them to move. And eventually the manager comes up and is like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize they weren't gonna move. So they messed with her money now. And when I realize the time, I come up to her and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about the party. She's like, it's okay, but you're messing with my money. And I'm like, I know, I'm so sorry. And I tell her, I just realized they were the first table I sat down at 4:30. It is now 7:30. She's like, do you want me to say something? Do you want me to ask if they need anything? I was like, I asked them if they needed anything a minute ago. And they said, no, I'm kind of just, leaving everything. And she's like, yeah, I know. I had the busser get all the plates and everything. Me and the busser got all the plates and everything off the table because we were waiting for that party. So we were trying to get them to see that we were hurrying them along. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. Honestly, I completely ignored that table. I've had people who have ran me all night, And she's like, yeah. And I just told, we'll call her Jay, the busser, that I wanted her to grab those drinks. But honestly, I think I'm going to go up to them and see if they need anything and kind of try to let them know we want them to leave. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I need the money. I'm trying to pay rent. Please do. Let me know how it goes. She's like, well, I hope I don't get in trouble. Like, I hope they don't get mad at me. But why would they get mad at me if I'm asking if they need something? So whatever. I deliver my food to my other tables. I do my thing. She comes up to me. She's like, they hate me. I see her bring a glass to the table, and then we meet back in the server alley, and I'm like, what do you mean they hate you? She's like, I went up to them and I asked them if they needed anything, and they asked me if I wanted them to leave, and I said, whenever you're ready. And they asked for a water, so I brought them a water. But they seemed really mad when I said, whenever you're ready to leave, you can leave. She said it like, just, yeah, whenever you're ready. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't a part of this conversation, obviously. But yeah, whenever you're ready, we need the table. Please leave. So anyways, as soon as the water gets dropped off, they basically leave, which is weird, because it's been over 3 hours. It's been at least 3.5 hours. At this point, it's almost 8 o'clock. Well, actually, I think it was actually after 8 o'clock. I think it was closer to 8:20, 8:15. And yeah, so I was like, oh my God, they're leaving. Finally. And like literally the busser comes up. Oh my God, that table's finally leaving. The manager's like, yes, table 12 is finally turning. Let's get on it. You know, I'm like, oh my God, how many people are waiting for this table? We were packed. Waiting list at 100 people waiting. We were packed. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but we were packed. So anyways, her table is right next to where you leave. Like when you turn the corner, this is her table, and she was standing there when they left, and she was like, I hope you didn't think I was trying to rush you guys out. You know, I hope you have a good night. And the one girl, I guess, the one who took forever to join, the last party joiner, and the oldest lady. I find old ladies, no offense if you're watching, tend to be meaner to people for some reason, especially servers. Not all the time, but if it's just a lone woman, usually she's the meanest person. Like if she's with a man, sometimes she's not the meanest person, but you know, I don't know how that works. I'm just saying. Sorry, I need the drawer above you, so you're gonna get, you're just gonna be held for a second, okay? Anyway, yeah, so the second that they are out the door, that table is cleaned. I run into the kitchen to get bread. I bring it back out to my other table. I come back, that table is sat. Immediately, they were waiting so bad for that table, I swear. And it's sad because I only had like 3 tables there, and I was there for quite some time. Like, I didn't leave until like 9. Okay, that's like 5 hours. But like for them to sit there the whole time, I feel like I honestly only had 1 more table there, but it could have been 2. But I think I really only had 1. So it felt bad because I was taking up the other servers' time and money too. But I was not like trying to rush them out. I mean, I feel like me asking if you need anything. Sorry, listening for the baby again. And you saying no means when this drink is done and this conversation is finished, we're leaving. I don't know, it's just wild to me. I've had a couple campers. That's what I've heard them called, campers and squatters. Basically, after your bill is paid, you just stay there forever. Please do not do that. Your server needs the table to make money. If it's super busy, I'm sure they wouldn't mind you staying like 20 minutes, but do not stay that long, please. After you're done eating and your drinks are done. Oh, it's Chris, he's streaming. Yeah, so it's kind of annoying, but one time I was cut right after I got this huge table, and it was a birthday, and I stayed like 3 more hours because they just sat and they waited and they sat and they waited, which they didn't even tip 20%, and it was no fun. So please tip your servers, and please do not stay at the table super long unless I look so stressed, or your server in general looks so stressed that they could probably spare 20 minutes of not having a table. Please get out of there. We need money. That is why we're working. The only way we make money is if we get a table and they tip us. And please tip at least 15%. If you have crappy service, 15% is as low as we can get. Honestly, we have to claim 12% of our tips where I work. The computer like basically adds it for you, And I don't make much more than that amount, which is wild, unless, like, and I promise you, I'm a great server. I get compliments all the time. People just don't tip good. And, you know, it's okay. We understand. If you're being cheap and you want to split the meal, I totally understand. But I personally feel like you don't go out to eat unless you can afford the tip and everything you get, obviously. Also, I know this has been just a rant, basically. No hate to those people at all. I was just kind of sharing like my story while I folded and put away clothes. Not really folded, they were all folded already, but as I put away clothes, I just wanted to share a story with you guys, and that just happened to me a couple nights ago. Tonight's Sunday, in case you didn't know. And yeah, that happened just 2 days ago. I just said that like 5 times. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm not having a good time. I think I put too much stress on my body in working for 4 days straight when I haven't worked for that. Like, I've only been on weekends for a minute, so it's getting to me, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you are watching, I love you. Thanks for listening to my rant. Tip your servers. If you're gonna be a squatter, leave enough money. Honestly, I feel like one of the conversations I had with another server while we were waiting is, for 3 hours I could have had 3 tables and I only had 1, or over 3 hours, you know? The average ticket time is 45 minutes to an hour usually. From the time you sit down and when you get your drinks to the time that you leave with food. Unless the kitchen is super backed up, then it's closer to like 2 hours, an hour and a half. But anyways, we need that money. So unless you're paying for 3 tables, don't stay for 3 tables worth of time. If you're only paying for the 1 table, you know, it doesn't make sense to, like, I don't know. I feel like a server would totally understand what I just said, but also I work at a place where you're like consistently bringing things to the table. It's not, someone said they worked at like Applebee's or something and they don't have bread or anything that goes to the table. So they had like 7 tables at a time, and it was no big deal because unless they order appetizer, drink, you get your food and your drink, and obviously watch for refills, but like no big deal. But we are constantly refilling. So thanks for watching. Love you.